going on, everyone? My name is David, and this is my story. One of my favorite things my son says to me all the time is, "Daddy, you're an engineer. You can fix anything." But there was a time where I couldn't fix myself. So let me tell you a story, my drinking story. Started drinking in 2009. It was casual, having fun, going to parties, doing the thing. But slowly progressed into something more. I was what people would call a high-functioning alcoholic. Meaning, I had the job, nice apartment in the city, wife who loves me, a son, car, but I had a secret. I was drinking at least a six-pack a night. November 28th, 2021, I hit rock bottom. My lowest point. I really wanted to drink, but I didn't have any money. So what did I do? I went into my son's piggy bank and took some money out of there. I went out and I bought a bottle, a liter, drank it in like an hour or two. And what progressed after that was the worst hangover of my life, the worst weekend of my life. I had a fever the whole day, cold chills, throwing up, dry heaves, you name it. But worst of all was that I couldn't interact with my son. We lived in a one-bedroom apartment at the time, and he was right there in the living room with my wife. And he'd come in the room and be like, "Daddy, trying to interact with me." And I could barely do anything. Could barely shoo him away and tell him, "Go to your mom." But I had a moment of clarity. One of those times I was throwing up, a memory came back to me. A memory a friend once told me. When she was 2 years old, she remembers her dad bent over the toilet, throwing up after a heavy night of drinking. And a month from that day, my son would have been 2 years old. So I made a choice in that moment. Did a lot of reflecting over the next 2 days. And if this were a leap year, February 28th would make a year and 3 months since the last time I drank. And I made that decision. And in doing so, I found joy. I was able to create the life I wanted, the relationship I wanted with my son. Now, don't get me wrong. I've always been present in his life. We've been a family. We've been a unit. Changing diapers, putting him to sleep, feeding him, the basics. I was there, but I wasn't present. But now we have a real relationship, a real connection, one that is joyful, loving, playful, where we connect. He talks to me. We have conversations. He looks at me and says, "Daddy, you're my best friend." He looks up to me and says, "Daddy, I love you so much." And it just fills my heart with joy every single time. One of my favorite things ever is every time after he gets dressed, he'll come find me. He'll run up and he'll just look up at me, but he won't say a word. And I'll look at him and be like, "Yo, my God, you look so fly. I love your outfit." And then he'll run off blushing and not say a word. But it's my favorite thing in the world. It fills my heart so much each and every time. I was able to find the joy in my life again. It was right there in front of me, but I couldn't access it. I share this story to say, weeping may endure for a night, but joy cometh in the morning. And my plea to you is to find the joy in your life and choose that joy every time. Thank you.